I need a scope.
سيبنا اسمها بدي انام يلا. اسمها غرفة سيدي يلا بدي انام. I woke him up and sent him. Wow. Man. واحد.
See the machine making noise?
No.
It's not doing that irritating sound.
Nope. That's you.
Cool.
Man, I swear he kept slapping me. I like, man, go to sleep in his room. Like, no. He go back to sleep and he slaps me while he's sleeping. But he's
You weren't even sleeping, Janelle.
no. I was sitting. He's like keeping slapping me. What? I'm getting bullied even if he's sleeping. واحد.
You go back home.
I know. I just want to do this game. I told him I want to sleep, but I want to do this game. Finish. This game is important to me. Thank God now I found a game that I love. Yeah, man. I asked a man, he's a computer man, yeah, if he can download me this game. It's Pubg, yeah, for free for me, yeah. You know how much he said he will download for me? For 60 shekel, yeah. Well, that's is free and it's easy to download. I'm like, no. I download that. 60 shekel. In my entire life, I didn't see 60 shekel. No, with my for me, my hand is mine. It's mine, no. press into this game. You are snoring heavy. This why I'm quiet. I'm like, I wake up, I'm dead. Most okay, we'll do this game very quickly.
In a peaceful suburb of Jackson, Florida, a young woman vanished from her home overnight. With distraught parents and a frantic community, officers and volunteers alike gathered to search for the now missing Tristan Bailey. But what they were able to find would be just as shocking as unbelievable. Welcome back to Copyright Crime. My name is Adrian, and today we're talking about the case of Tristan Bailey and Aidan Fucci. If you're a parent, this case may deeply concern you. There is only so much we can do to keep our children safe from trouble. And all the same, this case confirms our greatest fears. By the way, I post solved, unsolved, and strange cases here on a weekly basis, so if that sounds like your kind of thing, please consider subscribing to Copyright Crime. So with that said, grab a seat, grab a coffee, and sit back. This is the case of Tristan Bailey. Today's story takes us down to South Florida. Naming the obvious, the Sunshine State is famous for its oranges, beautiful weather, and variety of theme parks. But for now, we're avoiding the tourist city of Orlando, and instead flying over to Florida's northern city of Jacksonville. With a city centre population of 1 million residents alone, Jacksonville is the state's largest by population. It's a rich city with many large-scale companies calling it home, as well as a busy port serving both military and civilian needs, both of which bring plenty of jobs, opportunity, and income to the area. People choose Jacksonville for its abundance of leisure and lifestyle options, and the city boasts the largest urban park system in the US, allowing people to take part in activities from boating and fishing to surfing and water skiing. And after spending time in the sun, it's easy to relax in the
Marked a location
of Jackson's many eateries and craft breweries. It is no wonder why people wish to settle here in Jacksonville. And our case today takes us south of the city to St. John's, an affluent suburb popular with families and veterans looking for a chilled-out lifestyle. And here we find the home and family of 13-year-old Tristan Bailey. Tristan was born on the 18th of January 2008 to her mother Stacy and father Forrest. She was the newest and final addition to the family, the youngest of 5 siblings. And the family of 7 lived in a large house on Cloister Bain Drive, a cul-de-sac with perfectly manicured gardens and red-flagged mailboxes at the end of every driveway. A middle-class suburb where arguably not much goes wrong. The family were tight-knit and would affectionately refer to themselves as the Bailey 7. It's from Tristan's loving home that she attended the local school, Patriots Oaks Academy. where she studied, socialised and enrolled into the school's cheerleading squad. Tristan was extremely passionate about cheerleading, attending practices on the regular, and maybe a little too much, as apparently it sometimes got in the way of her studies. Loved by many, Tristan was a sociable and outgoing young girl with a real zest for life. She was determined to be the best in everything she did, and she was well liked amongst her peers. She also loved to go to any events she could find in her local area, as naturally she wanted to be involved with the community. And on the first weekend of May 2021, this was no different. She wanted to go to a food truck event with a friend, and after asking her mum for permission, she was allowed if her friend's parents picked them up. This came and passed by as intended, and besides meeting a few new faces, the event was rather uneventful. Tristan then returned home and went to bed, thus concluding a Friday night. The next day played out like any other Saturday, all members of the family going about their usual weekend routines, with half of the family also visiting the older sibling's house for dinner. They returned home just before midnight, where Tristan's sister walked in on her having a video call with a stranger. She didn't recognise him, but it was a boy wearing a white baseball cap. She didn't know who this boy was, but this wasn't out of the ordinary for Tristan. She was a very sociable girl. She shut the door quietly behind herself, letting her sister Tristan carry on with her call. And with that said, the family turned down for the night, everyone returning to their faithful beds, akin to every usual Saturday. That was until the next morning. As 10 AM arrived, the family began their Sunday rituals, and being May the 9th, it was Mother's Day in the US. Everyone headed downstairs to wish their mother a happy Mother's Day. That is, everyone except Tristan. She was nowhere to be found. Both Forrest and Stacy found this strange. Tristan was usually one of the first to rise in the mornings, but maybe she had a late night on her phone, or perhaps maybe she was having a lazy morning. They checked her room, but there were no signs of Tristan, and after checking the rest of the house to no avail, they called her cell phone. There was no answer. The family began to worry. Obviously they knew their daughter very well, and this was extremely out of character for her. Whenever she had plans, she would tell her mother and father, and never just disappeared. With that said, the family knew something was deeply wrong. They wasted no time to inform the police. So at 10 AM on Mother's Day of 2021, the Bailey household called police to report their 13-year-old daughter, Tristan, as missing. From the outset, police were concerned over the circumstances of Tristan's disappearance. And of course, Stacy obliged to give all information that she had. To Stacy and Forrest's knowledge, Tristan had never snuck out before. She was last seen by her sister at midnight, and was supposed to be in her bedroom. So, when did she go? Despite his mention of the investigation, he contacted Tristan's friends, speaking to neighbours, and requesting space footage from the local area, and eventually he got a lead. As it turns out, according to Tristan's friend, Tristan had been speaking to a boy named Officer Patrick III, also known as Trey in short. Trey was quickly identified as a key part of the investigation, and after speaking to the 14-year-old boy, he used the main drive and walked over to Trey's house on Telford Drive. This was a planned operation by the teams, Tristan approaching his home from the back to avoid setting off any surveillance cameras in the front of the property. It's at Trey's house that Tristan met up with another 14-year-old boy who went by the name of Pubg. The three teens stayed at Trey's house for around half an hour, and in that time, Aiden had some marijuana to chill out. Trey also told officers that around 1 AM that night, Tristan and Aiden left together, and that was the last time he saw or heard from Tristan. It appears that Trey was giving officers a genuine account of the night's events, and as a result, Trey could be considered to be a suspect in the investigation. But Aiden, on the other hand, was a different story. Without any further delay, it's maybe Aiden was found home by his but despite this, he didn't seem phased by all of the officers around him. In fact, he went as far to post a Snapchat video of the police car and even joked about Tristan's disappearance.
Tristan is the boys. Tristan is the boy.
לא אצלי. אני כבר לא זורקת. אני מתקדמת זה רב פעמים. כי אני מכבדת את הסביבה שאני חיה בה. תכלס, גם את עצמי. לא רוצה לאכול מקלים חד פעמים שהופכים להיות פסולת. אני כבר לא זורקת, כי חשובה לי הבריאות שלי. של האנשים שאני אוהבת. אני מתקדמת לרב פעמים, כי להשתמש במשהו פעם אחת ולזרוק אותו. זה לא הגיוני. העולם כולו משתנה ואני לא רוצה להישאר מאחור. אני כבר לא זורקת. כי הסביבה ואני בקשר רב פעמים.
Upon questioning the teen, police were greeted by Aidan's mother, Crystal Smith. Crystal remained present throughout Aidan's questioning, and he would often turn to his mother for confirmation or support before he answered anything. Aidan confirmed that he and Tristan had left Trey's house on Telford Drive, before turning onto North Durham Parkway, which connected the three teenagers' houses. The two wandered along that road, and after getting to Cloister Vane Drive, the two parted ways shortly after 1 a.m. So, according to Aidan, his walk home took 2 full hours, which was odd, as he only lived 1.5 miles away from Trey, along a straight road. A walk that should have taken him half an hour at best. So, where did the other 90 minutes go? Deputy Maloney noticed this immediately, and after asking Aidan to clarify his timeline once again, he came up with an entirely different story. This time, Aidan said that he and Tristan walked further up North Durham Parkway, where along the way, Tristan apparently made an advance on Aidan, which he refused, and as a result, an altercation between the two of them. During this argument, Aidan claimed that he then pushed Tristan away, resulting in her falling to the ground and hitting her head on the roadside pavement. And supposedly, he then left Tristan there on the cold sidewalk and took a walk by himself after the incident, returning home, as he said, at around 3:15 a.m. Aidan then told police officers that Tristan was planning to meet up with a 22-year-old drug dealer that she was talking to on Snapchat, who went by the name of Carlo. Carlo was eventually tracked down and questioned by authorities, and ultimately it was confirmed that he had never met Tristan that night. He had a rock-solid alibi. So, Aidan was caught lying in his statement twice, and with him being the last person to see Tristan before she disappeared, the spotlight was drawing closer towards him. However, it was the evidence found in the following hours which would fully illuminate the situation.